Yo, what's going on, guys? Games here, back in the video, and today's video we are going to be taking on the first stage, or the first stage of the second batch, the third stage technically, of the Wicked Bloodline Edition Red Zone against King Cold and MECHA FRIEZA. So, this stage is actually fairly easy. I think it's by far the easiest of the 4 stages that we have currently for the Wicked Bloodline, which is kind of funny considering I think the Metal Cooler one's by far the hardest. So I don't know, it just feels a little bit odd that they made this stage so much easier. But I mean, you'll see as we go through here. It just kind of feels like the only difficult thing about this fight was it could be annoying potentially at the second phase when you're fighting the both of them. But because you have to fight 2 characters, I think that's why they made they balanced it, but I think they might have messed up the balancing to the point where maybe it's a little bit too easy to deal with. It just kind of feels like they'd never super attack. So even though they can hit 700k on their super attacks, it just feels like they almost never do their super attacks, so it doesn't really matter. This first phase is a complete joke. I mean, the guards, the Frieza Force, like they have a little bit of HP, but it's nothing crazy. Like, it's nothing we can't get through without much difficulty, so it doesn't really take too long to get past this phase. And even if it does, it just allows you to stack up, and then when you get to the actual quote-unquote difficult phase, you're gonna already just be looking much better. And I mean, if you're running like the Super Saiyan 4s, the Gods, Vegeta and Trunks, any of those types of teams that are built around stacking, by the time you get out of this phase, you're probably not going to be taking much damage in that last phase at all, and you're probably just going to be decimating them. So I don't know. Maybe their SA chance actually was the problem. Maybe they should have actually increased their SA chance so that you would actually, you know, be threatened by their super attack damage. Because as it is right now, it just doesn't feel like that's the case. It feels like you never have to worry about taking damage. And the only thing that's annoying is like King Cold just being able to seal you, and he could seal multiple people, to be fair. So that's quite annoying. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel like they quite cranked it up too much on the stage. Which, I mean, sure, I'll take an easy fight, but it's just kind of weird. Like, why do that when the Metal Cooler fight and even the Final Food Cooler fight, even just the Frieza fight, all the other fights are just like a lot more difficult. It's weird. You can also, yeah, lower the attack of these Frieza soldiers. It's just like, that makes this part even easier than it was, because they're not really going to be doing damage to you if you're going to keep lowering their attack. They can't really do anything. I found that to be such a good ability on Cooler's 12 key. It's helped me in a couple of these the first like phases of these red zone stages where you're able to actually lower attack. It actually comes in very handy, especially for like some of the harder ones, like what's his name, Mega, and even the Metal Cooler fight. You can do that with the Cyclonian Guard. So those things are very, very, very useful. So really appreciate them letting you be able to do that. That makes these just even easier. But maybe in this thing, it would just, maybe they shouldn't have done that. These guys can be stunned and stuff too. It's essentially like a super battle stage. Like, what happens when you just stun them all, right? Like, they can't hit you. So like, I don't know. A little bit confused at what they were going for with this part. I don't know. But like I did say, they have a little bit of HP, so it's not just something like you're gonna blitz in one turn. It's gonna take 2-3 turns, 4 turns perhaps. Which is gonna let us stack up with our coolers, which is really nice. Like even now, yeah, we just have one AGL person. Like, it's gonna take a little bit to stack up, and finish these guys. So we'll have time to stack up, and then like by the time we get to the next phase, Cooler can already have a decent amount of defense start of turn by then. And it'll be good. Actually, you know what? I think we do kill him here. I think we get the super effective with full power Frieza. I think kills him. I decided to bring this full power Frieza because I'm gonna be honest, I like using him over the AGL one majority of the time, because he can float without being a complete like throwaway. I don't know. Full power Fraudza, I don't know, whatever you want to call him. He just, man, you float him. I mean, it's not even you float him. You try to put him on rotation. He can't even get his 18 key. You float him. He can't stack on rotation, so he loses his defense from his passes really fast. And then it's just like, what are you doing on the team? Like, you're sure you're outputting damage. Do we really need that? No, we need someone who can tank. If we're floating you, we need you to tank. If you're on rotation, then you also need to tank. Like, I don't know. I think full power Frieza against a what's it called? Against the extreme class enemy is just not a great like if I'm versing super class, like if we ever get the ultimate blue zone or like, you know, just like super class versions of the red zones stages, then I would gladly use full power Frieza over what's this like the STR one. I use the AJ one over the STR one because if we ever get to fight Goku, it's guaranteed crits. That's too good. It's guaranteed crits. He's gaining ki. He gets an extra attack buff against super class. Like, it's just better if we're fighting the super class enemies for full power Frieza. Full power Frieza would look actually really good on Cooler's team. But the also thing is, when you're fighting extreme class, you want to use extreme class. When you're fighting super class, like, we'd want to fight you super, you know. Okay, Metal Cooler took a bit of damage there. Still nothing to worry about. Only 400k. And he wasn't even fully built up, I don't think. It's not enough to keep us in crazy danger. I forgot what item we used here. Was it the Android 8? I forgot. I guess we'll see here. What am I doing here? Oh, was I hoping that I was gonna kill? Oh, okay, I know what I was doing. I was trying to do damage to this guy, and then next rotation I would kill with the active skill, which I believe actually doesn't happen on King Cold. I don't get the kill for him on the next turn, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I think I just did this. Tried to do as much damage to him right now, and the next turn we can get rid of him, because my thought process through this is just, if we get rid of the seal, surely it can't be that bad. And it really wasn't once we did get rid of the seal. But that was the thought process, so that's why I decided to try and do this. But let's see. I forgot if MECHA FRIEZA gave us any trouble. I don't think he really did. I can't remember, but I don't think he really did. We tanked this pretty well. Yeah, but it's nothing. I didn't even realize. Well, I wasn't looking when I used the item. Judging by my HP, were we using the Princess Snake instead of the Android 8? That might have been what we were using. Can't remember though. Alright. Getting some decent damage here. If we got some super attacks, we would have killed this King Cold. And next turn would have been a lot easier, because if we finished him off with the active skill, I mean, we wouldn't have had to actually attack him. Would have been a lot better for us on the next turn. But and you know the funny thing is, I got a crit too on with my 55% cooler. He got a crit. Like, I was like, okay, got lucky. Oh, okay. Frieza didn't. Well, we didn't have the passive active. So okay, so we were under 40. So maybe we did use Android 8. We were just too low. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, I popped the active here. I was like, okay, this should kill, especially if it crits. It did crit, and we somehow barely didn't kill him. That was unfortunate. But it worked out. It was fine. I know later on here, Janemba is very helpful. So we don't finish this fight off until I think turn 8. I think turn 8 would be. So yeah, it's turn 6 now. Turn 8 I think is when we finish it. When we come back on this rotation, I think I used Janemba's active skill, his rage mode, and we were able to do some damage with that, and then I think he just super attacked him and killed him at the end. I believe. I think Janemba gets the finishing blow for this one, which Janemba the goat. Yeah, you already know. So yeah, we're using Princess Snake. Okay. I think I use it here to be safe, or maybe I risked it. I mean, I definitely could have risked it. I think I used it though. I was really thinking about this, huh? I'm sitting here for a while. I think I used it. Yeah. Okay. Basically at this point I'm just like, okay, I'm using this here. Hopefully nothing bad happens at the end. Like where I get super, but like I said, this guy's super attack. His super attack chance, like, it just feels like he doesn't super attack a lot. So I mean, I wasn't really too worried. I was just like, you could get unlucky and just get super attacked while we're just like this close to beating it. And if that didn't work, then I mean, honestly, could have just used any other team. Like I could have just run. I can't see how this is hard if you're using like even like one of those like really busted teams like Vegeta and Trunks and stuff. Even the 7-year teams probably are way good enough to beat this, because I mean these guys just don't really stand a chance. I don't know. I just feel like if you're using one of those teams, it's even easier. But I opted to use Cooler's team just because it's always the Vegeta and Trunks team. It's always the Gods team. So I figured like why not? Well, let's do something different here. So all right, he did not super there. He might not super on this turn at all, actually. If he supers Broly, I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to take any damage, really. I can't remember if he supers him, though. Maybe he supers Cooler. Okay, oh yeah, I do remember this. Alright, so we switched the rotation. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't super Metal Cooler. Because if he super Metal Cooler, I mean, we would have just died. There was nothing we could do about that. Type disadvantage. He had enough defense. If he was type neutral, he would have tanked it. But type disadvantage, no, we would have died. So he didn't super attack him. I know that for sure. Okay, good. And then I want to say if he does super attack, I know it didn't hurt us too much. So it had to be like, did it hurt us too much? I don't know. Actually, I'll have to see. I actually don't remember. I think we get a good turn here with Cooler in terms of additionals too. He gets a lot of his additional supers off. Okay, that's one additional. Let's see how many other supers he gets. Probably like, he might get another one. Let's see, did he get another one? Okay, he gets a normal, and okay, there's another one. Nice. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll take that. That's fine. All right. He might super attack Broly, Mecha Frieza, or you know, like I keep saying, his super attack chance doesn't seem that high. He might not even super. Broly puts in some work with some super attacks. I know. He does at least 2 on this turn. Does he do 3? I think he does 3, actually. Yeah, I think he does 3. He does 1, and then he does 2, and then he does another from his hidden potential. I think he gets 1 normal or something. Unless I'm wrong. Does he do 4? Okay. Okay, sure. You do 3. Alright, and then yeah, we have Janemba's Actus go, and at this point I'm just like, okay, we got this. Nice. So, if Janemba was a little bit more consistent with his crits, we would have killed him with the Rage mode itself, but I don't think he crits on 2 of the attacks, so we only did so much damage, and then weren't able to kill him, so we just killed him with Janemba. And good thing with Janemba, you know, he has his guard, he has his nullify, so we can just leave him in the first slot, and he's gonna be okay. Janemba's a character I would really like dupes in. I like using him as a slot 1 for Cooler, so if I could have dupes so he could actually tank a bit better. I already got him level 10 links and all that, so that's fine, but yeah, I really like some dupes. And you know, Janemba might actually be on the Carnival banner, so that Carnival Metal Cooler banner is certainly going to look pretty nice for the villains. I think there's going to be some decent villain options there, including Janemba as one of them. So okay, let's see. Yeah, we just go for the attack. Yeah, and we're able to kill him here pretty easily. I mean, what do you expect? So there we go. That's pretty much the run. It's done with this. I don't think these guys can dodge. Not that I recall. So pretty easy. Like I said, I don't know what they were doing with the save. The save just kind of bounced weird. It feels like they didn't really test it out properly to where it would actually be an issue. But I don't know. Maybe I could have gotten lucky with super attacks. Maybe they just didn't super attack a lot. It just felt to me that they were a little bit shy. I don't know what's the word for that, but there you go. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.